So I'm saying all this to say, I never wanted to be your role model. I never wanted to be your icon. I hate you. I do. I hate you. And why would I not? Why would I not hate you? Look what you've done to me. Look how you've ruined my life.
Hey friends, this is T again with another video, and I'm going to be reacting to this woman called Danger, real name Monica Leon, and she's from the this television reality TV series Ray J or something, Love Ray J or something like that. I don't know. I never watched reality shows. I always hated them because they were fake and it was toxic as hell, toxic. Now, I somebody else did a reaction to this lady, and that would make me decide to go ahead and do a reaction to her as well. I watched some of it and then I stopped it because I was thinking, okay, this is pretty juicy, and so I decided I wanted to do a reaction to the whole thing. Now, there's some points she made so far from the beginning that I'm on the fence about. I agree with some of the stuff she's saying, but then there's some things that I probably disagree with. But I have to hear the whole thing to be completely sure. But like I say, it's a crazy world we live in, and people are oversharing, in my opinion. They're sharing everything, every little thought. And you be thinking, why would you do this when there's a possibility that it's going to cause you problems in the future? I mean, if you look in the past, a lot of YouTubers said a lot of things, done a lot of things that they regret now because people go after them. It's these two women who do podcasts. I forgot their names, but according to them, she said some racist stuff in the past. So she apologized, and now she's getting back with her partner, after going through all this drama. But either case, you would think people would learn from this at this point, right? Now, if you're going to say something you really mean that you can live with even in the future. Even when they come after you, you can still tell them, I meant what I said and I'm not changing it. But a lot of the times, these people that go on YouTube or TikTok or Twitter and they say a bunch of stuff and then they turn around and, oh, I didn't mean that. I changed my mind and all this kind of stuff, because they didn't mean it at first. It wasn't real. There was no foundation to this stuff. And yet they just want to just go on these platforms and just talk all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, just insane, stupid stuff. I mean, but I found this fascinating though, because I have my own feelings when it comes down to the black community. I put it in other videos, and I'm gonna be stopping each one of these. I mean, each one of these points she's gonna start making regarding her feelings toward the black community. And like I said, it might be some things I agree with, might be some things I don't. But one thing I do know is I don't care what she says, she's also a part of the situation that she's in. Okay, she made this life for herself. I mean, look at the tattoos on her face. She decided to do that. Ain't nobody made her do anything like that. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, please like, subscribe, and share this video, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos. Okay, all right, let's get with it.
Super interesting being back on social media now at 37 years old. And like just seeing the questions people are asking me in the comments and stuff. And I like to be honest. I really like to be honest, because I feel like if people are honest, it's just good for everyone. So I really am just gonna be honest.
Select ARM system type. ARM stay.
If I had chosen a different path, in life, a different path, and I just completely stayed away from all black people, my life would have been way better.
Okay, let's go ahead and stop her there. Now, she said all black people. I want y'all to remember that now. And somehow I get the feeling it's going to start changing up. Well, I don't mean all black people, but that's what she said at the beginning. And I disagree with that. I don't believe all black people are toxic or believe in this black community craziness. Some people, a lot of black people just want to go to work, make money, feed their families, have a nice life, travel, do things. They don't want to harm anybody. They just want to do their stuff. And they're not always listening to the worst type of rap or, having their pants sag down, showing their underwear and talking all kind of foulness, okay? So it's unfair for her to say if she just around black people. They never want to specify. And that's one thing about these liberal types though. They just want to put everybody in a box. Hispanics, blacks, Asians. As though everybody do the same thing. And you can tell by the movies that they make and the behaviors that they betray. This girl just the tattoos and all this kind of stuff on her face and all that kind of stuff, she feels that's black culture. Now, I might be wrong because I don't consider it black culture because I don't do stuff like that. And a lot of black people I know, including people in my family, don't do stuff like this. But that seemed to be what they want to call black culture. And if they're right, then I don't want to be a part of it. But they always want to put everybody in the same place. She wasn't probably hanging out with no black conservatives. Most likely she was probably hanging out with a lot of Hollywood types. And they felt like they can do crazy stuff like this. Like, putting a tiger tattoo on your face, for crying out loud. Never understood that, man. Never really understood that kind of stuff. But either way, now she want to put it on all black people. They never specify. I mean, maybe later on in this video she might specify it. But, the way she just came off at the beginning talking about if I weren't around black people, my life would be better. I mean, what kind of statement is that? Okay, but let's continue.
Way better. If I had just married a nice white boy from my neighborhood growing up or from my church and lived in the suburbs and finished college, yeah, I'd probably be a doctor or a lawyer, and I probably would have had a totally normal, wonderful life.
Okay, now she's thinking about herself, right? Now I feel sorry for that white boy because he didn't know where he was going to get his hand. Most likely she would have been divorced, probably taken for everything he had, destroyed his life, stuff like that, because her mentality didn't change. She's talking about making a choice between a black man and a white man, but she's still her. She's still the same person. So if she was going to do this butt wild crap with a black man, that means she was going to do the butt wild stuff with a white man and be saying stuff like, he's holding me back from being my true self and all the other crazy things that we be saying. And then she would have been like fooling around on him out on the street doing all kind of crazy stuff. Anyway, it's not the man, it's the mentality that she has, in my opinion. Okay? But I want to say it again. I'm just disagreeing with this woman. I'm not calling her any kind of names or anything like that. I'm not saying she's a horrible person or nothing like that. All I'm saying is, man, wherever you go, you are the same person. Whoever you with, you are the same person until you decide to choose to be different. So it doesn't matter if you were with a black man or Asian man or white man, whatever. For some reason, she'd be thinking if I was with a white man, maybe he would change me and I would have done different things. Yeah, we all can live in that fantasy world, but that's not true because she wanted this stuff. I mean, whatever made her go out and get tattoos on her face and things of that sort. I mean, that wouldn't have been different if she was with a white man. She still would have wanted to do the same stuff. Go out and party, go to Hollywood, try to be famous, fall in love with Ray J and all the others. She still would have wanted to do it. But she trying to make it seem like was because she decided to hang with black people that somehow that made her do the things that she did. So that's unfair for her to say something like that.
Without any drama at all, without any abuse at all. Like, I could have just found a nice person and married them and they wouldn't have been black.
This post-wall regrets here, okay? Now that she hit the wall and these black men don't want her anymore, and maybe they do for sex, I don't know, but it seems when you get to this point and you're talking this way, most likely most black men that she wants don't want her anymore. So now, not only is she regretting her decisions that she made, but also she wanted to use this to kind of get back at black men in a way, in my opinion, okay? This is just my opinion. And now she's talking about, this is where women get to at the point when men don't want them like they used to when they were young, where they also now like, I should have got with a white man. Oh, I should have got with some nice little church going boy or something like that. And my life would be great. Okay. But they only do this because they forced to do it. That's the only reason. Because if she was still young right now and still looked as young and men still wanted her, black men still wanted her the way they wanted her when she was younger, she'd still be doing the same stuff. In my opinion, she would. You know what I mean? She wouldn't be talking this stuff. But because now things aren't the same anymore, now that nobody wants her like they used to want her, now all of a sudden she having this fantasy like a lot of women have, thinking, well, maybe if I would have made different choices. But see, this is the thing about it, though. you wouldn't have made any different choices. You would have regretted marrying the white man, and you would have been upset about that. And you would have been complaining about that. You would have been on TikTok talking about he's keeping you from being your genuine self, and you want more freedom to explore your options and all these other things he would have been saying about him. It wouldn't have been no different. Skin color doesn't make a relationship. It's the person. And the fact that she's even speaking this way tells you right there, she haven't learned anything. She haven't learned anything. All she's doing right now is telling everybody how much she regretted. And she's slandering black men to do it. Like all black men is like forced her to do these things. She chose to do it. Nobody told you to chase out the Ray J. I mean, I don't know if she really cared about Ray J. I think it's possible that she just wanted the fame and it just didn't happen. And now she regretted. And I'm sure she did a lot of stuff that she's not going to talk about on TikTok. But I'm just saying, man, for some reason, these women think that, you know, when they hit the wall, of course, all of a sudden now it's the men's fault. It's not the choices that they made. And all they have to do is make some kind of superficial change and their life would have been a whole lot better or different. And it's sad that she didn't get on this thing and just cop up to what she did. People will respect her more instead of her just trying to blame a race of men. Okay? Like I say, she probably, even if she got with a white man today, doesn't guarantee she would have been satisfied with him. And then she probably go back to black men again. You know what I'm saying? This is all about the fact when they get to a certain point in age and they didn't get all the things they wanted in life, they started complaining, they started to look for people to blame. This is what this is about.
And my life would have been awesome. Awesome. I wouldn't have been in the hospitals. I wouldn't have been in the jails or the prisons. I wouldn't have gotten attacked. And 100% of the people who attacked me were black. 100% of them were black.
Now, see, you can see why black people will be upset about this. And I also believe black women are pissed too as well. She's saying this. Back in the day, black men used to get hooked up for things like this. You know what I mean? They used to be strung up. They used to be thrown in jail. And, you know, a lot of things because she's not happy for the choices that she made. Now she want to blame them. And just imagine if this woman had power. If she had power to send people to jail or to execute people, man, can you imagine what she would be doing right now? And now she just blaming black people doing it. She chose the kind of men she wanted to be around. And you can tell by the face tattoo and the neck tattoo. What kind of men? She was around probably those thugs or whatever. You know, those guys that didn't give a crap about anybody. But they choose to be around the Joker. But she blamed men. You know, there are bad men in all races. There could have been a bunch of tattooed white dudes running around doing thug stuff. Could have been Asian people. They have these kind of people all over the place. Venezuela, everywhere. You know what I mean? But black men are the only ones that act like this. It's just black men. And somehow I get the feeling she probably ain't just messing with black men. I'm sure she probably did a lot of things, possibly. I have no clue what she did. But I'm just saying, man, she's just at the end of her sexual value life in a way. And now she's finding people to blame. And just imagine if this was a crime where she could actually pursue something. That would be very terrible. Very terrible. Because she's just blaming it on one race of man. These are the men she chose. These are the men she chose. So I'm not... At first I was wondering, okay, why black people so mad at this girl and stuff like that, right? But the way she's talking, I can understand why they kind of pissed.
Black. 100% of the people that I've had to fight were black. 100% of the people that watch that show that are already, with just being on social media again, are saying fucked up shit. And you know, what's interesting about this whole thing, right, is had I not been so empathetic to the black situation, and had I not really just known about the history and read so many books in college. I read Elaine Brown's book. She's a Black Panther. I read a lot of the Black Panthers books in college. And I was super upset about what was happening. And I did not have a black family. I had maybe
It's interesting about liberals, man. They always talking about the reason why that they even do things for black people, because they always give out that impression they want to help black people. They sympathetic and all that kind of stuff. But most of the people that I ran into that were like this, that were white liberals, man, they acted more racist towards me than other white types of white people, man. Country or conservative or something like that. Look, anybody can be racist. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, man. It's the micro racism that they do, and what I mean by that is I remember I had a boss and I told her I had a computer and she was like, "You can afford a computer?" Stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, what? Everybody got a freaking computer. You know what I mean? What makes you think? All right, probably because y'all are trying not to pay me nothing. Maybe that might be the reason why she asking. But they got this thing about what they think of you. And I find that more when it comes to liberal people. And now she's trying to make some kind of excuse, talking about she felt sorry for black people. So is that the reason why you did the things you did with them? Chasing after Ray J and all the other crazy stuff. I mean, like, I'm sure I never watched the show, but I'm sure she did a lot of crazy stuff, man. A lot of crazy stuff. And somehow she's trying to paint herself as being sympathetic to black people. And now because of her sympathy, they betrayed her in some way. And now she want to blame them for it. And she regrets even feeling sorry for them. It just sounds terrible, man. I was hoping watching this, maybe she would, say something that I could agree with so far. But so far, I can't. If you choose to hang around toxic people, that's on you. That's completely on you. If you choose to do that. All of us did it. I'm not going to say she's unique in that. All of us did it in our young years. I hung around a lot of toxic people. It was fun. You know what I mean? But I had my limits to what I would do. If one of them came to me and talking about, yeah, you need to get a tattoo on your face, I would have told them, kick rocks. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going out drinking with you. Maybe chasing girls or something like that. Right? Not putting no tattoos on my face. She chose to do it because she wanted to. And she was regretting those choices. But instead of saying that, she wanted to make it seem like somehow, in some way, somebody convinced her to do all these things. It was beyond her choice and power. These are the same women that run around talking about they're independent and they got autonomy over themselves. But at the same time, when things go wrong like this, they want to blame everybody else for it. But this is just my opinion, though. Just my opinion.
be like a handful of people who are black in my family. Everybody else was not black. And yeah, they treated me bad, but not as bad as the black family members treated me. No.
You know, when I was younger, I used to run into women like this in my neighborhood, man. They were like a lot of black women. They were like rough. Cigarette smoking, pot smoking. They drank a lot. You know, you see them outside screaming and, you know, they let their kids run all over the place and terrorize everybody and stuff like that. I'm getting that impression with this woman, man. I'm not saying she like this. I had no proof. It just, oh man, you know, the cigarette smoking and her mannerisms and the tattoos and all this other kind of stuff, right? She probably a handful, man. She probably a handful. And she remind me of these women back in my old neighborhood, man. Now, my old neighborhood wasn't bad, even though it was predominantly black. Matter of fact, I don't even remember any white people being on my street. But other than that, it wasn't really that bad. It was a nice neighborhood to live in. And I grew up in a nice, you know, environment. I mean, once in a while you come across some crazy stuff, but other than that, normally it was nice. But you still saw certain ones hanging out outside of bars and all this kind of stuff. And these women that I'm talking about doing crazy stuff, foul mouth and cursing and acting crazy and stuff like that, you know? And sometimes you might see them fighting each other over some loser man. But they want to blame everybody else for that. They decided to do this. They decided to have this lifestyle. All of us make decisions on how we live. I got many regrets. Things that I wish I've done or avoided that I did, man. But, you know, I can't take that stuff back. All I can do is try to, you know, clean things up and do better in the future. That's all I can do. And pray about it. I do pray to Christ. I pray to Jesus, man, for it. God forgive me for all the stuff I did in the past, present, and future. He will forgive you if you ask. So that's the best you can do, basically. the best. But instead of that, instead of copping to what she did and how she did it, because you don't know what she did to these men, she making it seem like it's all the men's fault, all the black men's fault. Because of her situation. Her life would have been a whole lot better if she didn't mess with a black man. It's not messing with the black man. It was the type of black man you was messing with. That's the problem.
My black family members treated me the worst, not the other races. And black people in my schools and in the community treated me the worst. And so
now I want to speak on that too. Okay, and when I talk about the black community, it's what they created to make you think what the black community is. And I think it was done by Hollywood and all this kind of stuff to make it seem like it was cool to, pack a gun and shoot people and do all kind of stupid stuff. You know what I mean? It's and sell drugs and all the other crazy mess, And they want to define that as being black, foul mouth, running around as a victim 24 hours a day, acting crazy. I worked around kids, and black kids were the worst. They were the worst. So I get where she's coming from there, because we tried to make it seem like these type of behaviors are something to aspire to, something great, or being a victim is a fantastic thing. We need reparations all the time, even though we're not gonna get it. Don't get me wrong, I'll take a free check, but I'm not holding my breath for it. It's just not gonna happen. They're not trying to give us no reparations. Not gonna happen. It's just not. But I'm just saying, man, this type of behavior and mindset is crazy. And people like her, I don't know if she's black, Hispanic, I don't know exactly what she is, but I'm telling you, a lot of people like this, liberals mostly, want to be a part of this craziness. But when it get too bad, they have the choice to step away. But black people, they usually stay in these situations. They raise their children to think this way, and then these kids live their whole life in this manner, and it's terrible. And this is the part of the black community I reject. I totally reject. I want, like I say, just like any other human being on this planet, I want a nice life, somebody to care about, walk in honor, praise God. Just have good things. And it ain't like it's too late. It ain't like she still can't have good things. But I think she expects somebody to give it to her. And now she's going to be looking for the white man to do it. It's crazy.
I'll do. So I'm saying all this to say, I never wanted to be your role model. I never wanted to be your icon. I hate you. I do. I hate you. And why would I not? Why would I not hate you? Look what you've done to me. Look how you've ruined my fucking life.
No accountability whatsoever, freaking ever, man. It's just amazing. And this is the modern women mindset right now, okay? They want to live these crazy lives and mess with the worst of the worst men. And then when things don't go the way they want, then they just want to blame all men for that. Now, there are men out there blaming women for these things. And I'm sure at some point men dislike women because of certain experiences they went through. But as you get older and mature, because what she say, she's like 37 years old right now. You would think at this point she'll start maturing and start to realize that it might be her fault. Mostly. You know what I mean? I'm not making excuses if men treat her like crap. Now, I'm not giving no excuse like that. But if you continue messing with men like that, you got nobody else to blame but yourself. And you can tell by the way she's really bitter. Something happened in her life, probably recently, that she felt like she needed, I believe this is TikTok, that she felt like she needed to go on social media and start talking about it. And she ain't holding back, man. She's definitely speaking her mind. And later on, I'm sure she's going to regret it. And she's going to be like, I was going through some things. I didn't mean it, and blah, blah, blah. Because she definitely going to get pushed back on this. For sure. But the point I wanted to make was, I think this black community thing at present is trash. And I'm taking that from Daniel, what's his name? Anton Daniels. He loved to say that about the black community. It's trash. It is. It is trash. It's real trash. If sagging pants, cursing people out, treating your women like crap, trying to take men's money, passing all on diseases and not giving a crap about it, tattoos and piercings all over your body and stuff like that, and then you wearing a cross talking about you hate people. I mean, like I say, man, if this the black community, I completely reject it. I don't want no parts of that. And I think that's why a lot of men right now, especially black men, are moving more conservative at this point. Because now they thinking, you know what, I don't want to be a victim no more. And I don't want to mess with women that hate me. I want to build a life. I want to build money, a fortune or whatever. Or just a decent life. You know what I'm saying? Just a freaking decent life. Like I say, man, look, I don't know this woman. I don't want to say anything bad about her, but if you're a black man and if you come across a woman like this, I'll probably go the other way. No, I'm lying. I would definitely go the other way. Because, like I say, man, whatever she went through, and like I say, I want to have sympathy for her, man, but whatever she went through, she's bitter and she's angry right now. And that makes a woman dangerous. So your best bet is, and that's the reason why men say they want to marry, like you hear in the red pill, that you should marry a woman young before all of this stuff happens to her. Because a woman at this age and she's not married and have a husband and kids at this point, she's going to most likely be angry and bitter. And I know women don't like to hear that, but this is what happens, ladies, when you want to live your best life and you know, have a brat summer and all this other crazy stuff y'all come up with these days. And then y'all end up like this young lady here talking about you, I hate you online. I hate you. Only thing that gonna save this woman is Jesus. And I definitely will pray for her. So that's the only thing that's gonna save her. There's no man or no human being is gonna be able to fix what she broke. No one. This is like my sisters always like to say, this is a Jesus case. A Jesus case. Only the power of God can restore your mind and your body and everything else. That's it. Other than that, you're at a point of no return. I'm like I say, I don't wish anything bad on this woman. I hope maybe she'll find some solace in something. I'm hoping it's Christ, but who knows? But I hope she find what she's looking for, man. But this is not the route to go. This is definitely not the route to go. But like I say, something happened to her, man, I think recently that made her decide to come on here and just express. You could just see it in her eyes, man. And she got really pretty eyes, too. You could just see it in her eyes that she's angry and she hurt. Instead of y'all can do whatever y'all want, because I don't want nobody going and attacking this woman or anything like that. I mean, if you're a Christian, definitely pray for her. If you're not Christian and you don't like this woman or whatever, I would suggest just leave her alone. You know what I mean? You know, I think a lot of bad things already happened to her, so I don't think she needs any more bad things. Okay? Well, I'm gonna stop the video right here. I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T and peace.